The Cosmic Contact Conference in Timonium, Maryland. We're in the hotel room. A great conference. This will be added on to the show. This is Ghost Box time here. Just a quieter one, just for like a minute or two before we leave. And there was some things here in the room. Got harassed by ghosts the night before last. A little bit. One was fairly persistent. A shorter black guy was fairly persistent. There was a tall woman, lighter skinned woman with dark hair that was screwing around. And there were a few up on the upper floor up here because of an incident that took place up there. So that somebody else told us about.
Forgot to mention the cops were there.
We'll negate that for the moment.
And
pause
just it for a minute.
Wait,
did you say the cops were there?
Yeah, I forgot to mention the cops had showed up because there was an incident above us and to like the left where the cops were doing something upstairs because there was some drug thing going down. I told you it was in a bad area, so
that's great. That's fantastic. Because I'm like, as soon as you said cops, I'm like, what did you do, Chris? That was my first thought. and I can't help but notice too, like I'm looking at your hotel room. So your TV was just on a random desk?
Yeah, that's how they have them. All the hotel rooms were that way in that particular Holiday Inn. It was a Holiday Inn there. So yeah, most of the time when you travel, they don't look like that. They're usually in their own thing.
Well, yeah,
but in that.
No, I've never seen that setup before. That's so weird. Normally, like the TV's like on an actual entertainment stand or on the wall. Nope, this looks like a monitor on a desk.
Pretty much, yeah. I noticed. Noticed that. But yeah, I thought that was a little weird too.
All right. We can go ahead and continue. I was just wanting to know about the cops.
One area. As I open this Ghost Box circle within true benevolence and no conflicting agendas, I'll even do a shorter version of the Law of One. The Law of One. When one is helped, all are helped. In unity we all stand strong. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask that only as the highest good be done. I ask that all negative energies and entities be swept away as of this moment in time. I give thanks that this is done. So be it, and so it is. I had to think about the new version of this, folks. That's why I had to pause. So, it's changed a tad since we started using it. So, I will get that in print at some point, the new version. So, and on the site. So,
yeah, can you pause it real quick, just because I want to. So yeah. Can you explain that to me a little bit, Chris? I'm kind of curious what you were just talking about there.
Oh yeah. The reason we do that is because we notice that if we have an open circle and we do the whole Law of One blessing, that it minimizes or eliminates any form of blowback or any form of retaliation energetically, any form of just any form of blowback. And I mean, it doesn't mean certain things don't happen, that certain things don't, energetically kind of coalesce here at some point. But we got a little bit after the trip, but not near as much. But I always caution opening circle, closed circle because of that fact. It basically keeps all the activity and keeps all of the what you're doing in the space you're doing it in, and not necessarily spilling out into your life somewhere else. That's why we do that. Some people think I'm being too anal retentive when I'm doing that, but that somebody accused me of being overly autistic for some reason, so we're doing that. But I'm no, I'm doing that because we've come across some pretty ugly crap. So I made sure to say open circle, and then at the end I do close. And the reason I say the true benevolence and no conflicting agendas bit there is because you want true benevolence to be around, but you want it to be cohesive to the goal you're trying to attain. You don't want it to be something that could be benevolent, but it's not what you're looking for.
Okay.
So that's why we do that. It sounds weird. The vernacular sounds strange. So that's why I usually have to explain that one. But that's what that means.
Okay. All right. I was just curious about that.
The question. What did you think of the conference, the people, and the products? I will start.
Xbox. Scanning. FM.
Did it?
I have no idea what that one was.
What?
No idea.
We'll just let it go. I'll ask after the video.
Hi, friend. Who is this? We're marching. Who is it we have here with us?
What? What? Okay. Nope. I'll ask after. So many questions, Chris.
Focus mainly on the conference, please. Oh, somebody called me a retard. Thank you.
Well, I mean,
Last couple questions from our normal benevolent entourage. Lane and Vessa, any of them. Levick, any messages?
what?
I love you, man. One thing, what the power of the product level for any of the people answering? Coins especially. Thoughts? Can we just get along? Okay, yes. Who's that wanted to get along? From Sedona. Am I correct? Previous recording. Okay. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you. Okay. Obviously, at the time of this recording, I don't know what's being said, except a few keywords stood out. The word retard was prevalent there. So, I will say now, as I close this ghost box circle within true benevolence and no conflicting agendas as of this moment in time, I also declare that nothing will follow us home that is not for our highest good right now. So, ending this recording at 7:39 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, January 12th, 2026. Thank you.
Okay, so First of all, that was extremely entertaining, to say the least. I've got so many questions about some of those. The first thing, though, I definitely want to ask you, and this is just, that side of me. What frequency were you using? Were you using AM or FM?
FM.
FM. So is it possible that a lot of those could have just been actual radios, channels that had come through? Just kind of a thought.
Well, the fact that some of them were actually answering my questions, too. They were literally in line with what I was saying.
Yeah.
That, and I recognized a few of the voices from the channelings I did too. So, I don't know all the names. I just recognize voices. Yes, is there a possibility that some of them do also a bit of bumblebeeing, where they actually will use the radio station to talk? Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
which that's fair. I know that because there's a lot of, when it comes to spirit boxes, there's a lot of, everyone's kind of has their theory about how it works. So, and I know that's one of them, where you're not necessarily hearing the ghost voice itself. Some people think it's just manipulating. It's coming through at the right time, or it's manipulating the frequency to cobble together what's already out on the air. So that is a possibility, but I was just curious because I know I personally prefer to use AM myself. But yeah, anyway, a lot of the responses were very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas of who you think some of those spirits could have been, if they were?
Yeah, the ones I labeled the name of, like that one that said Elena on it, that's actually one of the beings that I do channelings with. So that's why I tend to label them if I know who they are. If I can actually interface and see who they actually are, then I'll label who they are. Like when Isaac would do something on there, I would label it. Obviously, somebody was making fun of him on there, so because you clearly hear that. But yeah, I don't really know all of who was on there, but yeah, some of those responses though had nothing to do with me whatsoever, nothing to do with us at all, and also had nothing to do with the conference. Which that's why I tried steering the conversation back around to the conference on there. I tried to bring it back around to a topic, because they tend to, if I don't corral it, I've noticed it tends to go off on a tangent, and people just act like, some of them just act like, you know how when a reporter is giving a report and there's somebody behind them making faces and going and doing stuff like that? That tends to happen if I don't bring it back around. But yeah, some of those responses were just plain nuts. Like the anti-Semitic one that was on, I was like, why? And even with the interfacing I do, that one had my head scratching. The one with the whole breast comment, that had me scratching my head, and that was a being I talked to, so I had no clue what the hell that was about.
Something I've learned in the time that I've been doing this, and really kind of digging deep, words, Phantom, into paranormal stuff, is that ghosts will say some of the most random shit. And the more EVPs and things you pick up, the more perverted they get too.
Yep.
My kind of people, but it's just kind of like, wow, you ghosts are down bad. Something fierce, let me tell you.
Yeah, some of the most perverted EVPs that I've ever gotten have been some of the best ones that I've ever gotten. So at some point, maybe we should do a compilation, but or I should edit up a compilation or something. But yeah, it's been nuts. In Vegas, it was nuts too.
Oh, it's what? Not surprised with Vegas.